we're back again.
Yeah.
Is this one literally going to be called Men or Man Men? It is on the spreadsheet.
Well, no, because the wheel rings of time power was just called the for a long time.
I think Sandwatch could be quite cool, or Watch Sand as like an alternative suggestion of what to do other than listening to this drivel. Go and watch some sand.
Arguably, that's probably more interesting if you can watch it for long enough to see it become smaller sand.
Well, I think hourglasses are coming back in because IKEA have a strange number of them available for purchase. Not that they're sort of sponsoring this, but
Why do you not have an hourglass?
I've got one somewhere. We went and bought a load of shit from IKEA recently, and I don't actually know where it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
see.
I don't
See,
know
that's
what it
why I have the benefit of just being a mess. So
Yep.
my excuse for not being able to find things
It's over there somewhere.
is always just I tried to tidy, and this is why I don't.
I was trying to think of some slick segue into tidying up loose ends of the Watchmen. I don't know. That really wasn't good anyway. Which of these two do you want to start with?
Well, I did start watching The Watchmen first.
Well, there's a thing there, isn't there? Watching the Watchmen.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't... I don't know if I'd refer to the start of this as tidying up, because that seems a bit...
Yeah, that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, we'll start with Watchmen then. We were just having a very brief conversation before we started this, because I wasn't sure when this was taking place, or if it was just a complete universe reset, in which case I was like, I don't know what's happened, because my only knowledge of Watchmen comes from the film. You've just told me you haven't seen the film. Have you read the comic?
Nope.
Okay, so you have no idea what's going on.
Nope. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like dark vigilante shit. It's as much as I think I need to know.
But also, what's one of our favourite things on this show? That's right, dropping us into a world where shit's just happening.
Yeah.
And you're all for that racist stuff as well, so that's good.
Well, they were fighting back. It's fine.
Oh,
But that's the thing. So while watching the episode, because I was like, is that a comic thing or it's a real thing that actually happened?
Oh no, it was a real thing that happened. It was the
Yeah.
1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. So now you feel bad, don't you?
No, because I knew that after I googled it.
Yes, I did have to Google it because I wasn't 100%. But
Yeah, because I was just like, is this
it seemed plausible.
something I'm meant to know about?
Yeah, it seemed plausible.
And also, yeah, America's wild.
Watchmen does sort of hit upon certain touch points that actually happened, but then does change it a bit. Robert Redford's president, that's really weird. Or, what? Actually, at this point, he couldn't be in this timeline, though. 34 years after the events of the comic series, and Robert Redford... Well, he only died a few years ago, so actually he could have been president. That's a real weird one. The fact that Robert Redford is president, but then I guess that's how people felt when fucking Reagan got in. Was that, what, this actor? Okay, fine. Mind you, Trump, so...
Yeah.
Go figure.
We don't really have much of a leg to stand on. We can't really judge American politics at the moment, can we?
Okay, so yeah, 34 years after the events of the comic series, which we've realised we don't know what's happened. I know the film changes the ending ever so slightly, but there we go. Yeah, 1985, Adrian Veidt, formerly known as the vigilante Ozymandias, launched a false flag attack on New York City. This is where it's different. In the comics, he creates an alien-looking squid monster, which resulted in millions in the New York area being killed. In the film, it's a nuclear bomb.
Well, you've got to make things in films easy to understand so that some simpletons can study them.
The thing is, right, in 2006, when the Watchmen movie comes out,
Yeah.
a big squid monster, that might feel a little bit weird. Fast forward to 2022, when we've had, over 10 years of the MCU, that absolutely would just happen now.
Yeah.
That would be fine. Yeah, so
yeah, I did
there
have
you
to.
go.
I think about halfway through when it starts raining little squids, I was just like, I don't understand what's going on. Why is this happening?
And actually, until you mentioned that, I'd completely forgotten that was a thing. But I guess that makes sense in the context of, oh yeah, there's a giant squid monster. So yeah, so Ozymandias then, that's it. At the point where Rorschach discovers that's his plan, Dr. Manhattan kills Rorschach because he sees like the greater good, kind of like final solution-y thing, which is a bit dark, and then fucks off to Mars.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So I guess that's why the terrorist group called the 7th Cavalry, that's why they have Rorschach as their figurehead, because Rorschach then delivers a journal to, I think it's a newspaper, which is like, okay, so here's my journal, this is what really happened, it was Ozymandias, it wasn't like, I think they blamed Russia in the film, but so I guess that's why he's now become the figurehead of, you know, extreme right-wing free speech knobheads.
Yeah, if only this like without, if you take out all of like the superhero stuff, this could just be America right now.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's just a shame that their figurehead's Kanye.
Oh no. That fucking idiot.
I think
but
idiot's
yeah,
understating it.
All right, anti-Semite, I'll say it. This is what surprises me about it, is that it's a superhero show where you're absolutely right, you almost could take out the superheroes, but also it's extremely, like, it's a very rural show. Like, everyone lives out in the countryside, and that's, when you think superheroes, you do think, you know, skyscrapers and you know, big cities and stuff. So quite nice to see like a different, not biome, that's too gamey of a word, but do you know what I mean, like a different sort of
Zone,
area. Why can't I think of the right word? Setting.
Geography.
There you go. Geography.
I don't know what happened to my voice. But yeah, no, it's almost like it's the same sort of thing that Stephen King does a bit, where everything happens in small town America. You don't really go to big towns.
I suppose that a lot of the evil already exists there, so like the racism is already there. I really did. You notice that it was? I think. Well, I might be wrong, but I think I saw that. You know, the cops wear those yellow masks.
Yeah.
I think it's only the black cops that wear them, like to hide their identity. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of nice in an odd way.
So I did some read, and I think it is actually all cops that hide their identities.
Is it? Okay.
Because it was on. There's I think it's called like the White Knight or something.
Yeah, it's referred to, isn't it? I don't think they actually say what happens on the White Knight.
I think I did some further reading, and it's just a bunch of these 7th Cavalry guys come and like kill cops.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fair. It's interesting that like this show comes out in 2019, and then suddenly the wearing of masks the next year becomes a huge political issue, which is insane. But it's weird how prescient that is without meaning to be.
That's the thing. What was weird watching it now is that until they pointed out that they're wearing masks for their hiding their identity, I was just like, cool, they're wearing masks, whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't even clock that it was like a
protection thing.
Yeah, I thought it was just like they must have been filming it around that time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But then, oh man, it's just really, yeah, it's odd how like it's really not that far removed from the events of the following year, like minus, like you say, the superhero stuff. So, what did you think of it overall?
I enjoyed it, and I've been waiting so we can do this so I can watch more of it. I know it doesn't always stop me.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, I can't remember how many shows we've talked about. I'm like, I'm struggling to divide the first 4 episodes. But no, I really enjoy it, and I want to watch more of it because I think it's good without being, because it's more vigilantes than superheroes.
Yeah.
Like, they're quite like teched up with their little like hovering bubble ship, but all that technology doesn't stop a lynching.
No, I mean, like, we also don't see any real evidence of powers at this point.
No, they're just, as far as I can tell, like just combat specialists. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good. But they just seem like, an extra branch of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Which I guess is like the closest we'd ever really get to actual bona fide superheroes.
Mm. There was that guy, do you remember? What's his name? Phoenix Jones? Do you remember that guy? It was about 10 years ago. He was like going around, I can't remember what city it was. I think it was either Chicago or Boston. And he was like a vigilante. He would dress up and, go around and fight crimes and stuff. And I heard him interviewed in a podcast once, and they were like, "Oh, so what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you then?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I got shot."
I mean, it tracks. Like, it's...
I absolutely love Regina King in this, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I will watch in anything. If he's in it, I will give it a watch. Apart from, I think he's in that ambulance movie by Michael Bay, and I do not want to watch that. But other than that, I'll watch him in anything. He's incredible. And Don Johnson's pretty good in this as well. Judd, the guy who doesn't quite make it all the way to the end. I thought it was slightly... I mean... It feels completely out of place at this point because we don't know who he is or anything. But Jeremy Irons' character, when it goes across to Dover and then he's just living in this castle, and what was it? His maid is like washing him while he's on a typewriter, and then they sing him happy birthday, and then he says, "Oh, I'm writing a play."
Yeah, that's the thing. It's weird because it just kind of feels so out of place that it feels more important than anything else that's happened.
Yeah. So I think we're probably giving this away, aren't we? We're definitely carrying on watching this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am. You will keep saying it until
I finish all the other ones that I need to finish. To be fair, I really am trying to keep up with like watching TV shows now because I just don't really watch it. We finished The Watcher, thank you, the other day.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. Do you want to go down my list of things that I finished this year?
No, definitely not, because you have watched, what was it, 94 series of TV shows this year?
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?
It's an incredible dedication of your time, and I just wonder, how many hours is that going to be? Let's conservatively say it's 10 episodes a series. Let's say they're on average 40 minutes each.
There is a online calculator that you can put stuff into.
All the shows you've seen. Okay, I want you to do that, and I want to know.
So this is everything up to Reacher.
Which is, for a bit of context, which show?
Reacher.
On your list? No, sorry, which number?
Oh, I wasn't looking at my list. I can open it. Once it's finished loading, I can tell you it is...
It's taking that long to load because you're watching so much.
So Reacher is number 82.
Jesus Christ.
So there's a whole lot more. So far I'm at 21 days.
21 days.
And 4 hours.
21 days and 4 hours. What's 21 times 24? Let's get a calculator real quick.
Yeah. The only stipulation I put on this is these are not all watched start to end. Some of them I had like an episode left and finished it off.
Times 24. So that's 504 hours. Can you imagine how good at the piano you would be after 504 solid hours of playing the piano?
Yeah, but then I'd be a pianist.
Imagine if you put that into the bass guitar that you own and haven't played.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have watched all of this TV. And I've enjoyed it.
It was the bit that surprised me the most is how quickly you got through 10 series of Taskmaster. It was like in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, well, it was on YouTube, so I could watch it on my computer, on my telly, in my bed telly.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I've just read who Jeremy Irons' character is by mistake, and now it makes complete sense as to why he's so fucking weird. So, don't look that up.
No, I'm not going to.
Shit, I hate me a spoiler. Yeah, I definitely want to carry on watching this.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any more. I think there's just the 9 episodes they've made. Is it 9?
Is that it? Is it classed as one of my favourite words? A mini-series? Limited series based on the 1986 DC Comics series. Yes!
So I think they might have been planning to do more, and then it got cancelled, and then we're like, limited series.
The series promoted as an ongoing drama series before concluding its 9-episode run on December. Oh, Lindelof left his role as showrunner after the first season, stating that he had completed his intended story. Yeah, that does sound a bit... Oh, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the music.
Yeah, that's the. I think it's if he has just upped and left and gone, yeah, I'm done. Then that's much better than doing a season 2 that's not. Not into.
Yeah, or like doing a Walking Dead and going on for 13 series or something silly.
It's only 11, and there's only 3 more episodes ever. Until the 4 spin-offs.
That's the mad thing. They're absolutely trying to make a universe with it, aren't they? But I think, I don't know, man. I was thinking about zombies the other day, right? Because it was about 10 years ago that zombies were just fucking everywhere. It was like every film, every game,
Would
every
you say
comic.
It was like an apocalypse?
Almost. Actually, yeah. That does remind me that it was... I got a reminder on Facebook that it was 10 years ago that I was in that Darren Brown zombie thing. So, as if to prove my fucking point. But yeah, Watchmen's really, really good. You should at the very least, watch the film. I've not read the comics myself, because I really struggle when I don't like an art style of a comic to get through it, and which is... I suppose it's probably sacrilegious, because I think Watchmen was the first graphic novel to win... Oh, what was it? There was like there's a big literary prize. I can't remember what it is. But I think I've got no, that's for journalism. I can't remember what.
Noble.
What award it was? Noble.
Yeah, Nobel Prize.
I don't think so.
It's some sort of rosette or something.
Legacy. Here we go. One of the first major works to help popularise the graphic novel, Watchmen's always been best-selling. The only graphic novel to appear on Time's 2005 all-time 100 greatest novels. Well, I'm sure it was a much more prestigious award on that. Oh, I don't know. I might be thinking of Sandman, which is quite handy, I suppose.
Yeah, as a segue, that'll do.
So
On we move to the land of dreams.
Watchmen's great. Watch that. It's brilliant. Sandman.
Yeah. Another thing that I knew nothing about going in.
You didn't know anything at all?
No. I knew that it was Neil Gaiman and that was about it.
Okay. So I've read the first trade paperback of Sandman. So I knew roughly where this was, the first episode was going to go. And I've listened to the audio. The audible production of Sandman is insane. Like the cast of that, it's so good. The cast of that is almost as like, it's equally as good as the cast for the TV stuff. I don't actually know if anyone went from the audible version to then playing the same character in the video, not the video, in the
In the video, the moving picture
the TV
documentary.
version. So, okay, so
I'm just looking at the
Sandman.
cast, and I hadn't even acknowledged like.
Oh yeah, that actor. Yeah, they're in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom Sturridge is Morpheus or Dream. He's one of the Endless, and he's captured by Tywin Lannister, your favourite.
I do.
By mistake, because he's trying to capture Death and demand the return of his dead son, Randall, who died in Gallipoli. And he accidentally kidnaps the wrong Endless and ends up capturing Dream, which leads to the sleeping sickness affecting the world, where some people are in a sort of, they are in, what was it called?
Coma?
Eternal, yeah, basically a coma, but like the eternal sleep, he calls it. Some people are sleepwalkers, they just cannot stop somnambulating, which is actually the medical term for sleepwalking, and others can't get to sleep. So, which of those would you least like to be? Would you like to be permanently asleep, never asleep, or always sleepwalking?
Always sleepwalking.
Yeah.
The adventures.
I think I'd rather be always sleeping rather than sleep, because sleepwalking, you're still gonna. I don't know, actually.
Sleepwalking. Go to bed with the GoPro on. You wake up and then you just go, right, what the fuck was I doing? And just watch it.
Yeah, but it would take ages. It's 100 years that the sleeping sickness gets. You'd have 100 years worth of GoPro footage.
Oh, is it not like when you sleep, you sleepwalk? It's just permanently sleepwalking.
Oh yeah, permanently sleepwalking. Like you don't wake up.
Imagine the calves that you'd have after all that walking.
You got massive calves anyway.
I know. Imagine how much bigger they'd be if I walked all the time.
I suppose that would the only thing is that you'd be a danger to yourself and others. Like, you could wander off a cliff or into traffic. If you're constantly asleep, though, you would just sort of waste away, like the fucking matey off of Seven. And if you could never sleep, that would just be evil. So that's the one I would like the least.
I think
is the not being able to sleep.
I'm grumpy enough when I'm tired.
So yeah, it's like you said, Neil Gaiman thing, and obviously I really like Neil Gaiman. He wrote American Gods, which is my favourite book. But yeah, I think you're right. When one of the things to talk about is the cast, because I think it's perfectly cast. It's Tom Sturridge as Dream is amazing. And weirdly, like, I watched this on my phone last night in bed when I was a little bit sleepy, and I felt like it really added to it. I was just like, oh, it's all just a bit odd, and there's some sort of slight dream logic bits going on. I quite like it because I'm sort of fighting sleep myself. But yeah, I've really liked this, and I can't wait to carry on watching more of this.
Yeah. Like, I really enjoy it, because I don't know how I got in my head. I think it's because I hadn't seen like a trailer. I'd just seen like a still in passing, and like never really. I think I was scrolling past it, and I just went, "Oh, Robert Pattinson's in that."
Is he?
No, he's not.
Oh, because Tom Sturridge looks
a bit like him as you swipe past him. But then I hadn't really like looked at the cast until just now, and I'm just like, oh. Fucking hell.
Yeah, everyone's in it.
Yeah, I'm just reading there's an episode, Dream of a Thousand Cats, and I'm just reading the name that they had.
I think there was the full series came out, and then there was a couple of like bonus episodes a couple of weeks after. I wonder if that might be one of those. Dream of a Thousand Caps, late one night in this animated episode. Yeah. There's an anime. Okay.
Well, it's got Joe Lycett, Neil Gaiman, James McAvoy, David Tennant, Georgia Tennant, and Michael Sheen.
Jesus fucking Christ. Actually, to be fair, quite a few of those are in the audio version. James McAvoy, I think, voices Dream in the Audible version. I think Michael Sheen is in it.
Kat Dennings is in the Audible.
Yeah,
But-
I think is she Lucifer or is she Death? I can't remember who Kat Dennings is actually, but yeah, she's in the Audible version. I've always been aware of Sandman as a thing. Like when I was first getting into comics, which was roughly about, sort of adult comics, if you know what I mean, like which was probably about 12
Manga
years ago.
porn.
Or so. Yeah, that sort of thing. Very much the tentacle
Hentai,
variety.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I was always aware of Sandman. And as a Neil Gaiman fan, I've always been aware that there is this massive piece of work, which is his biggest thing he's ever done, that I don't really have any awareness of. I always just liked him for, his novels and bits and pieces, and then I've not really fucked around too much with his comics. So I was really excited to watch this. I keep hearing there is an episode which takes place in a diner where, and I don't know the specifics of this at all, but something really fucking awful happens in this diner, and it is something to do with David Hewlett. So I'm really intrigued to get to that episode.
Well, I might have actually sort of seen a spoiler for that.
Oh really? Okay,
Don't read the cast basically.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you can read the names, but don't read who they are.
Who the characters are playing? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it to do with who Hewlett is playing?
Yes.
Is he Lupin?
No, it's Loopy.
Hey. What did you think of Sandman?
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what I was expecting.
Not fucking that.
No.
Do you know what's mad? Is that it's technically a DC property, and I've got a funny feeling that in the first issue, Batman's in it, and that just really spun me out when I was reading it. He appears like in a panel or something. He's not like in it much. I was just like, what the fuck is Batman doing in it?
Yeah. I've just seen Mark Hamill's on the cast list.
Is he in the 1,000 Cats one? Because
No.
oh, sweet.
Why, you're not
Yeah,
planning on watching the 1,000 Cats one?
The idea of 1,000 Cats does put me off. I got to be honest.
Yeah, but think of the cast.
That is a hell of a cast, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I think I'll probably have to, won't I? But yeah, it's a rare one this week where it's both shows.
I mean, it's not that rare. It happened 2 episodes ago when we both went, fucking this fantasy shit's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Which there you go. There's an example. I have gone back and finished Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know.
So
I held your hand through it and forced it down your throat. Is what I said to the police officer.
Yeah, that was really good. To be fair, I did really enjoy it. There was like I don't think it was perfect, but there were points where like certain reveals I feel like they slightly fudged the timing of. Like the reveal of who the stranger is, it becomes increasingly apparent towards the end of the show.
As soon as you see him in the first episode.
But then they really labour the point and don't pay off by saying, yes, this is definitely this person. So
Yeah,
I just find
I
it
get
a
that.
bit weird.
No, but they do give him a name at one point. It's just the wrong one.
Yeah.
And then another character says a sentence. You're like, oh, somebody's wrong. Either you've got the wrong script, or they don't know who that is. But I suppose because we're speaking of Wheel of Time, I have just entered the 9-hour chapter.
Oh my god. Is this like the concluding chapter of everything?
No, there's
My
still.
fucking life.
So I've got. Let me just open all. I've got 11 hours and 34 minutes left, and I've got 7 hours left of this chapter.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mentioned it to Jack earlier, and he was just like, "That's like a book." Like, yeah, it is
not
like
wrong.
the conclusion of all the fighting though, because it's called the final battle.
Oh. It's not very imaginative, is it?
Yeah, if I'd have known that, I'd have just started with this book.
Just start on that chapter. It's like, give me the fight.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't know who anyone is, but I'm having a lovely time.
yeah. But that's the thing. Like, then when we went back to I rewatched the pilot to do the podcast, rewatching it and being like, they are so far away from where I am in the books now. Jesus, they've got some adventures ahead of them. Just make sure they got to follow their noses.
Ooh, they were.
Ooh.
That was very on the nose.
Yes.
I didn't even mean for that to be a joke.
That's good, because it wasn't.
Good. Yeah, very, very positive week this week.
Yeah.
I really, really liked both of these. I think Sandman might edge it ever so slightly.
I think it hits a weird, like, fantasy thing with... Because, fantasies might go to.
It's definitely your bag, isn't it?
Yeah. So it feels like it hits that element really nicely when he goes back at the end and it's just like, yeah, sorry, mate, we tried, but your whole realm sort of
bollocks
fucked. And it's nice when he looks over and just goes, well, if I've done it once, I can do it again because I will never die. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to keep watching both of them. Probably Sandman first.
Yeah, nice.
And then I'll forget about the Watchmen entirely.
The thing is, the next time I speak to you, you'll probably have finished Sandman.
Yeah, there's not that many episodes to watch, is there?
I think there's... Is it 8?
11.
11, okay.
11. That's, going to take me a couple of days.
Just as a complete off on a tangent, I'm just flicking through the up to £5 section on DVD and Blu-ray in Amazon under the horror section. There is... You can get the Hammer House of Horror Complete Collection, which is a TV show from quite a few years ago, for $11.99 on DVD, or for the low price of £85.64, you can get it on VHS.
You like VHSs though?
I do like VHS. Do you know what I would love to have? I would love for VHS to still be a thing, because there's something real tactile about a video on a shit telly. I really enjoy it.
Do you want me to get you a VHS for Christmas? A VHS player for Christmas?
I would love nothing more. As long as but the trouble with that is I wouldn't be able to connect it to any TV that I own.
That doesn't sound like my kind of problem. That sounds like a you kind of problem. I can try and get you one of those little tellies that's got a built-in one, like one of the little 13-inch screens.
Okay, but can it please be a Pokemon one? Or a Shrek? Do you remember the Shrek TV?
No.
Are you joking?
Oh, if I can find one, that's what you're getting,
mate. I'm sending you a picture of the Shrek TV. How do you not know this is a thing?
I don't know.
It had Shrek's ears. It was green. It looked like Shrek. It was a telly. It was amazing.
Oh, it doesn't have a video player though.
Well, no, but come on, it's a TV in the shape of Shrek. That's quite good.
Yeah, but if it doesn't have the built-in video player, I have to buy you two things.
I wonder if you can still get them on Amazon.
I don't know why you're asking. It's the first place I'm checking.
What are we doing next? Okay. After Sandman and Watchmen, we are doing... We're going all... We're going to shave our heads and be racist and go and watch some football. That's what we're doing next, aren't we? So we got Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Which is by all accounts really, really good.
I've heard good things about it. So.
And for which Brett Goldstein won, I think 2 Emmys he's won now, and I met him in the before times of 2020, before COVID, at the Pod Bible launch party, and he was a delight. He was really, really lovely. And The Crew, which I've got a feeling I suggested this. Did I do that? I think it's a show that I kept hearing about. Oh no, it's Dream Team I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think as far as I can tell, The Crew is a generic American sports show.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine then. I'm not going to look it up because I don't even want to know what sport it is, because, I mean, I'm not going to understand it anyway, but...
That's always the fun of watching American sports.
I tell you what, the criticism that I see from Americans about what we call football and what they call soccer is the fact that, like, in a game of football...
They use their feet?
20 you can go 20 minutes and not much really happens, and they really cannot handle things not happening in front of their eyes for less than like 20 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yes. They exist.
Have you found a Shrek TV?
No, I'm not looking for a Shrek. I'm looking for one with a built-in VHS player. Because that's what you're getting for Christmas. And at the price they are, you might be getting more than one.
Wait, shut up, hang on. I want to know how much they... What? I don't even know what you'd search for. Like VCR TV, I guess?
TV VHS combi. They're not not on Amazon.
Oh, okay. TV VHS combi player.
Do you want a new one? Because
obviously
those do not exist.
I'm seeing a lot of things with no prices. Oh, I think we had this one.
Oh, I'm on eBay already.
Oh, okay. Do you know what I have decided I wouldn't mind having again? Is it?
You better be saying a TV VHS combi.
I genuinely wouldn't mind like an old CRT TV and a PlayStation 1 and just get all the old PS1 games. I would love to do that. Play them all for 5 minutes and then completely ignore them.
Yeah.
Let them sit in the attic.
Yeah, why do that when you can have a Steam library?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the other solution, is I just do emulators. But yeah. Cool. So we're doing sports next week.
Yeah.
That should be fun for you and I, who are clearly massive fans of sport.
Yeah.
So enjoy that.
Yeah, we're going to have some
we'll try and get
insightful things to say about
I liked
American
it when he
sport television.
Yeah, that'll be fun.